I have a magic pen. I have a magic pen. Well, actually, this pen is magic too. So is this one. Even this one. This one. This one. Yep, they're all magic. This one. Yep, they're all magic. Every single pen is magic. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that, because, oops, dropping things everywhere. I am not doing magic tricks like the tricks I used. Yes, just use my toes to pick up a pen. That's a mama thing, right? Okay, so when I was a kid, what I used to do as far as magic tricks would be like blow up balloons and then put some scotch tape on there thinking that nobody could see the scotch tape, and then take a pin and poke it in the scotch tape and ooh, the balloon does not explode. So that's the kind of magic tricks I used to do as a kid. Or there was the one where you have different little cups, and it looks like there's nothing in the cups, but you actually have different forms of liquids at the very bottom, so that when you pour what you have in your pitcher, it just comes out different colors, or it becomes different colors in the cups. So that's the kind of stuff I used to do as a kid. I used to put on little shows, including musical shows, because I used to play the violin, play the recorder, and yada, yada, yada. So I am not doing a magic trick today. However, let me talk to you about the magic of the pen. And yes, when I'm talking about the magic of the pen, I'm talking about writing things down. And I do realize that in today's age of technology, we do a lot of things on our computers, right? So I have my computer right here. But there are certain things that the magic does not happen when you do it on the computer. The magic happens when it's the pen in your hand. So without further ado, let's dive in to what are some of the magic that happens when you write things down. Keep in mind, yes, some of these you can do electronically, but some of them, pen in hand. Okay, so number one is it's going to increase your follow through, because you are far more likely to follow through on things that you have said you would do if they are written down. Because I know that personally for myself, if I don't write down that I am sharing, for example, even a recipe with somebody, it just might slip my mind because I have so many other things on my mind. So write it down, right? That's the magic, because it becomes a visible commitment rather than something that is a passing thought. So for me, I have my journal and my daily bullet journal, my gratitude journal, and things like that. So I write things down in there. Then I also have my dry erase board right here. So there's a thought that comes on the fly, I'll just grab a pen and write it on there. Or maybe on the phone with somebody and they say something that I need to write down to remember for later, and my computer is not on, that kind of thing. Whoosh! I will go ahead and put it on the board, right? So it helps to increase follow through. Now, it also helps to create a clear starting point, because if you get off track for whatever reason, you will know where to pick back up. Perfect example of that is I got the ickies. And I got knocked down. It's like 102 point something fever and all that jazz. So you can probably hear it in my voice, right, that I'm not 100% yet, but guess what? I'm getting back on track. And because of having things written down, I know where I left off, and I know where to pick back up to keep moving forward. It makes a huge difference, instead of going like, what was I doing? Where do I need all that stuff? There's no need for me to be thinking about it. I just look, where was I, and what was I planning on doing that I didn't get done yet, because yeah, I was a bit incapacitated mentally and physically. Yeah, definitely. All right. And okay, so this is where putting pen in hand is very important. Is it activates the subconscious mind. And so when you write something down, when you write it down on a piece of paper, your piece of paper or on the dry erase board, wherever. I even have used windows as dry erase boards, believe me. They work wonders. And then you have clean windows after that. Woohoo! But it activates something in your brain, and then your brain starts to quietly work behind the scenes on the things that you have written down. So that is why we talk about writing down your goals, writing down your vision, writing down where you see yourself in the future, but writing it down in the present tense, right? Where's my cup? Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't have my cup, but I have my water. I'm getting excited here because I love this stuff. What can I say? Okay, so yeah, activate your subconscious by putting pen in hand. All right, don't miss out on that. All right, one other way that it helps when it's pen in hand is that it helps to boost your memory and your retention, because writing it out helps to reinforce information in your brain, and it makes it easier to remember what matters the most. Okay, so that is, once again, pen in hand. It's not on the computer stuff, right? All right, so this one can be on the computer stuff. When it's written down, it helps to reduce overwhelm, because getting things out of your head and onto paper helps you to feel more in control, less stressed, and better able to focus. So if you've got things written down on your calendar, you've got notes on your computer, that's fine. Maybe you've got things going on in your brain and you put it on a dry erase board, whatever it is that it's written down. Maybe you have, like me, a specific notebook where every single note, everything goes in. I do not have multiples notebooks. I have one that I use where everything goes in there. And I've talked about it before. It's my quarterly business journal, and it's a bullet journal. So if you want more details on that, I know I've talked about it before. I'll see if I can put a link to that video in the comments. But besides that, it helps to reduce overwhelm because everything is written down, right? I'm not done, but I've got more to share. Okay, so it helps to strengthen your focus and your clarity. So this, whether it's a pen or on the computer, because when you have a written plan or you have your list, it helps you to cut through all the distraction and feel more real, more personal, and things are achievable. And that is why I have my one journal, that's the business bullet journal, where I have even my to-dos and things that I check off and things that I plan on doing, ideas, all sorts of things. But it's all in one place, and it helps to keep me focused. Okay, so also when things are written down, it helps you reinforce your intention. So you're putting your goals, you're putting your desires in writing. It makes them feel more real. It makes them feel, achievable. They're personal, they're yours. And then one more thing, when you're writing it down, you're able to track your progress over time, because what you track is something that you can then process. It's something that you can evaluate, and it's something that you can adjust and then move forward, right? Because when things that you track are, what's the word? Oh, I'm forgetting. There is a saying about the things that you track, blah, blah, blah. If you know what that one is, put it in the comment, please, because I'm not going to pause right now and try to think about it, because otherwise we're going to be here for a burr. Okay. All right. 2 more things for you. It helps to improve in your decision making, because when you see your ideas written down on paper or on your computer screen, right, where you see them down, it gives you a better vantage point to evaluate options, to spot patterns, and to make smarter choices. So when you write things down, you could even do like pros and cons, or like if you need to make a decision, okay, what are things like now? What are things like now without making that decision? What are the potential benefits of making that decision? What are the potential benefits if you choose to stay the course without choosing to change? And what are the things that you could lose on by not changing, or the things that you could possibly also lose on by making the changes, right? So when you have things written down, it is so much easier to then decide. And then last one, because I'm about to really start having a coughing fit here, is that it encourages you to have a creative flow. When you write regularly, it helps to spark new ideas, and it helps to add insight to what things that might stay inside of you, just twirling around in your mind and your heart. When you start to write things down, it helps to create that flow and encourage that creativity. So with that said, try not to cough here. If this is something that brought value to you, be sure to comment, share, or like. And that one sentence still hasn't come to mind. So put it in the comment if you know what I was trying to say. And if this is your first time chiming on, let me know where you're listening from. My name is Marianne Roos. I am your guide to financial freedom. I am your guide to time freedom. I am your guide to have a life that you can enjoy no matter what happens. Even when you get sick like this, you can just get right back on the horse and have a good time. All right, so till next time, toodle pip, we hope, aloha.